Alright, so nagbabalik tayo sa ating violin tips and tricks. And for today's video, let's talk about playing in the lower half of the bow. No? Ano ba yung mga pros and cons? Why you need to learn how to properly play in the lower half? And what techniques can help you in your overall tone production, music making and everything when you are playing on the lower half. Okay? So, in a previous video, we talked about playing in the middle bow. Bakit sobrang dali magtumugtog? Or why is it so easy to play on the middle bow? And why playing on the middle bow can help you even out your sound, no? Now, we'll be talking about on the lower half naman. Ano ba yung mga nangyayari when we play on the lower half? So, basically, on the lower half, you have all the sound that you need. No? What do I mean by that? You don't need to apply a ton of pressure because the weight of your hand is already there, applying enough pressure for you to create a nice, clean sound. So I'm not applying pressure until maybe around here. Equal pa rin yung sound niya. You don't have to put as much force or torque or pressure in your playing. Halos wala, no? It's making use of the way the bow is made and how the technique that you're using is being used, no? Now, the main problem that I see, especially for a lot of beginners when playing on the lower half of the bow, is it scratches. Nagsi-scratch yun. So, why does that happen? So, it happens mainly because they're using too much pressure or applying too much force, no? Meron pa ring konting pag-push, no? This happens kasi nasasanay tayo mag-play sa middle bow. That on the middle bow kasi kailangan natin mag-apply ng enough pressure. Now, that pressure, if I'm going to put it on to the lower half of the bow, sobra na yun. Kahit nasabihin natin very minute yung ina-apply nating pressure just for it to sound, once you hit a certain point in your bow, magkakaroon na siya ng scratchiness. No? Now, how would you avoid that scratchiness? Mahirap din kasing sabihin na just play lightly, no? Kasi we still need contact, we still need enough pressure. So, I would suggest is that you try to bring the pressure that you're applying to the bow to your pinky. To dun sa little finger natin. Imagine doing this to your bow or to your fingers or to your hands. Parang nililipat mo sa pinky. So, nagiging straight siya instead of it leaning here, no? When you are playing on the lower half. This will help you create a less scratchy sound. Almost mawawala talaga yung scratch niya. So, you would look at your hands, your fingers would look a little bit like this. So, instead of leaning to the index finger, you will lean to your pinky or your little finger. Kasi, it would dissipate all the pressure that you're applying here, dadalhin mo siya dito sa likod. No? So, at the back, you don't really have a lot of weight to carry around, no? Hindi mo na i-carry yung weight na nandito. So, at the end, your result will be a less scratchy tone but a more controlled sound because again, we're playing at a very heavy part of the bow, no? It's the heaviest part of your bow, the lower half. So, mas mapapadali yung pagpe-play mo sa kanya. So, it will sound more effortless, no? Versus kapag naka-lean ka onto your index, it would sound very, very rough, no? Merong konting bite. Of course, we want that bite, but we don't want it to affect the sound that we're trying to portray or we're trying to make, and also affect the quality of the tone that we want. Okay. Ano ba yung mga pros na makukuha natin when we're playing on the lower half, no? Of course, we have a more controlled sound. We can play as loud as we can. Maybe not as soft as possible kasi the sound will definitely be harder to produce at this point kasi nga it's very heavy. So pag nilighten natin yung load niya, magkakaroon siya ng whispering sound, no? It's going to be too airy. So you can play soft but not that soft, but you can play a very focused sound, no? You don't need a lot of bow to create volume. Yun yung maganda dito sa lower half. Another thing is it's easier to play chords. It's easier to break down chords here. So it's easier to play double stops, no? Yung mga chords natin, it's easier to really just create those sounds, especially quarter notes, no? Yung mga may iksi lang. Because again, we don't have to apply too much pressure pag nandito tayo sa taas or in the middle. Now we need to apply pressure plus understand how the bow will move or glide into the motion, no? Paano natin papalabasin yung bawat nota when it comes to those chords. So, and it's also easy to go from one string to another, no? It's closest to your hands, meaning you don't need a lot of movement from your arms compared here, compared to the middle, no? Dito halos wrist na lang yung gumagalaw. Of course, you still need to move your elbows, but the range of motion is smaller, so it's easier to play string crosses, diba? Versus here, diba? Ang dami nang gumagalaw, masyado malaki. So, playing string crossings with enough power, enough volume, enough projection. Yun yung mga pros niya. Of course, cons would be, again, having that heavy sound, scratchy sound. You won't be able to play as soft if you're just playing on the lower half. Kasi the quality or the color of the tone that you will produce does not really say soft. Parang ganun, no? So, that's why you still need to understand how to play on all parts of your bow, no? But again, playing on the lower half could help you maximize the sound that you want with less effort, no? You don't need a lot of bow movements. Now, another thing to consider is, again, the movement of your arm, no? The range of motion. Medyo naka-close siya. It's always going to be close, again, because you're playing on the lower half. Your arms are closed, so it's not really relaxed. Medyo siguro makakaramdam ka ng tension on your biceps because of the contraction that's happening, and that's totally fine. Again, these things, no, playing on the lower half, playing on the middle, playing on the upper half, playing the whole bow should be mixed together, no? Hindi naman pwedeng isang pyesa puro lower half na lang yung tinutugtog mo. That would not create a good enough sound. It would make you very one-dimensional when it comes to your tone quality, your projection, diba? Minsan we really need to play soft when we need to play loud. So it's basically just knowing where you should position your bow, not just here, no, yung placement natin on the fingerboard or on the strings, but also where you need to play it. Do you need to play it here, no? So you can also do up bow strokes naman, no? So it's still the same principle, it's still the same movements. It's just that you have more control on how you can do it, no? And yun nga, it's going to be less effort on your part if you want to play loud. So you don't need to play loud here, no? If you can play loud here or maybe here on the lower half of the bow. Yeah. So again, playing on the lower half requires a lot of control, no? But you also need a lot of relaxed muscles kasi once na nanigas ka, once you constrict your muscles, once you tense up, that is going to produce a very, very scratchy sound, a very scratchy tone, no? That's what we want to avoid, and that's actually what people fear when they play on the lower half. So you have to have your control using your hands, your arms, and your fingers. So sana nakatulong tong video na to. If it did, please do drop a like, comment down below more content you'd like to see, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my socials. All links you need down in the description box below. This has been Ryan Monakil for Violin Tips and Tricks, and I'll see you on the next video.